Have you ever had an idea that could have been made into a novel, but you never made that novel? I'm guessing you didn't make that novel because you didn't know how to make that vague idea into something that could fill hundreds of pages. You didn't know how to flesh that idea out. I'm a person that has taken vague ideas and created novels out of them. I've created about 5 books in the last 5 years. And so I'm here to show you my secrets. Come with me and I'll let you know how to do. To tell you what to do with one of your vague ideas, I'm going to tell you what I did with one of my vague ideas. One of the ideas I had recently was that there was this town next to a forest and people were being kidnapped. And so one of the things that you can do with that idea is ask questions. What questions? Well, the standard questions that you can ask of anything is what, when, where, how, and why. And the three crucial questions that you can ask of a story idea is what, why, and who. With my idea, I asked, what is kidnapping the townspeople? And with this, you're just brainstorming and coming up with ideas that sound interesting or cool with you. You want to come up with an idea that makes you go, yes, I want that in a story. And what I wanted in a story, don't know why, was I wanted shadowy creatures coming from the forest and coming in and kidnapping the people. And so with that, the next question is, why is it happening? Why are these shadowy creatures coming in and kidnapping people? And again, just brainstorming a little bit, I just came up with the reason why they're kidnapping people is that they want to replicate themselves. The only way that they can make more shadowy creatures is that they have to kidnap people and infect them with their shadowiness. And the next question you've got is to ask who? Who are you following in this story? Now, before I talk about characters, I want to highlight an issue that might come about when you answer these questions. In writing communities and with people I talk to about writing, a lot of people kill the ideas that they come up with. They think, oh, that idea is bad, or people are going to think it's stupid, or it's been done a million times before. It's sad that they do this because what they're really looking for is this perfect idea that's fully original. But I don't think that exists. Ideas are made in the execution. Ideas sometimes people think are silly, or they put their nose down on it. Some ideas have been done a million times before. Take the romantic genre. Those are stories that have the same structure and have been done over and over and over again. Those stories, people put their nose down. So many people are like, oh, I'm not going to read a romance genre. But to the readers who read that genre, they don't care about that. They get into the passionate romance. They get swept away in the story and the characters, even though they've probably seen it done before. The idea of a unassuming person fighting off a dark lord, after that, that's been done so many times, and yet Harry Potter has sold a bajillion copies, even though Lord of the Rings and The Sword of Shannara and The Wizard of Earthsea has done a lot of the story elements that Harry Potter has. It doesn't matter. The ideas are cool to you. You are passionate about the ideas. Do not kill them. If you do, your brain is just gonna stop making ideas. It's gonna say, what's the point of coming up with ideas? You're just gonna kill them. Put down the ideas that you are passionate about and keep them. Write them anyway and see what happens. I bet you'll be quite surprised by the result. Most people only care about stories because of the characters within them. That's an important part of storytelling to keep in mind. We live through the characters' personalities. We care about their journey. We get tense when they get in trouble, and we cheer when they are victorious. Sorry, you people that want to make stories about pot plants. Without a character, people won't care. Now, with the idea I had, townspeople being kidnapped by shadowy creatures, we have obvious characters that we can choose. The townspeople themselves. But I didn't go with that. I like the kind of classic stories about heroes coming into towns and saving the people. So that's what I went for. And with those characters chosen, yeah, you guessed it, you ask questions of them. And the three crucial questions you can ask of the characters: why are they dealing with this? What makes them think they can deal with this? And how are they wrong? Why these heroes wanted to save the town made me have to think who these heroes were. And if you look on any book on any bookshelf, you can see that you can have any hero that you could want. And so again, you just have to think, what is cool? What's interesting to me? What was interesting to me was like Celtic mythology and history. And so I thought, why not druids? I like the idea of like people that can control nature and have spiritual energy that they can blast out for people. And that's what I chose, druids. And so the next question is, what makes them think they can deal with this? And that's kind of obvious. They've got control over nature and they can use the spiritual power to their benefit. That's what makes them think they can deal with those shadowy creatures. Now the next question, how are they wrong, is kind of an interesting one, don't you think? Why do we have it? Well, if you think about it, if the druids came in and just said a magic word and the shadows were banished, it wouldn't be much of a story. Lord of the Rings would not be 3 books if Frodo could just hop onto the back of an eagle and just fly to Mount Doom. So that's why you have to ask this question, how are they wrong? What about their magical abilities or control over nature is not going to help them deal with these shadowy creatures? And I came up with that they can't control the nature within the forest next to this town. Something about the shadowy creatures has infected it, and because the shadowy creatures are there, they can't use their special abilities like they want to. They don't have the magical epic power that they had. And so they're gonna have to find another way of how to banish the shadows. And there you have it. If you follow those steps, you'll have a more stronger idea of what your book might be. What are those steps again? Well, you just gotta ask questions. You gotta ask, what is happening? You gotta ask, why is it happening? You gotta ask yourself, who are the characters? And with those characters, you should ask, why are they dealing with this problem? And what makes them think that they can deal with that problem? And how are they wrong? And remember, don't kill any idea that you make up. That's very crucial. I truly do believe that if you answer those questions, you'll have a stronger foundation of what your book is going to be, and you probably won't be so scared about what's going to fill those pages. But of course, even with this method, you might have some fears or problems that you may encounter. You might have questions like, should I plan the whole novel like this? Should I know what's in each chapter and the ending of my story? What happens if I do get to a point where I don't know what happens next? And also, like, if I am following the character, should I have first person, I or me, or should I have it in third person, he or she? Unfortunately, I'm not going to answer those questions now, but I will be making videos about those questions and trying to answer them in the future. So if you want those, you have to like this video, you have to subscribe to this channel, and if you want to comment, if you want to say any tips that you've come up with to help writing a novel, please do comment down below. And if you like this method and use it for your ideas and stories, please, I'd love to know. Thank you for watching. Until next time.